Welcome back to the channel where we explore human behavior, psychology, and the unseen truths behind emotions and relationships. Today, we're diving deep into a subject that carries a powerful emotional weight. Never ignore a person that loves you, because on the surface, it may seem like just a quote or a cliché, but beneath it lies a world of psychological insight about love, attention, emotional neglect, and how our responses, or lack of them, can shape someone else's mental health and our own. So grab your headphones, relax, and let's unpack this together. This is not just about love, it's about humanity. Why love matters deeply. Love is not just a feeling, it's a biological, psychological, and social force that shapes how we think, behave, and connect. Psychologically, love acts as a buffer against the harshness of the world. According to psychologist Abraham Maslow, love and belonging sit at the center of our hierarchy of needs. Right after safety and physical survival, that means we're wired to crave connection. We're built for love. When someone loves you genuinely, whether it's romantic, familial, or platonic, they're giving you something rare. They're investing time, emotion, vulnerability, and trust in you. They're giving you a part of themselves. Now think about what it does to a person when they offer all of that and get silence in return. The psychology of being ignored. Being ignored by someone you love is one of the most painful psychological experiences a person can endure. It's not just disappointing. It can feel like emotional abandonment. According to psychologists, the brain processes social pain in a similar way it processes physical pain. Studies using MRI scans show that areas of the brain activated by physical injury light up when someone is socially rejected or ignored. This is why people say things like, being ignored hurts more than being hated, because at least hate acknowledges a person's presence. Ignoring, on the other hand, says, you don't exist to me. For someone who loves you, being ignored creates confusion, anxiety, and self-doubt. They may begin to question their worth, wondering what they did wrong, even if they've done nothing at all. Ignoring someone who loves you changes them. Here's something many people don't realize: love isn't unconditional by default. It's maintained through emotional responsiveness. When someone is consistently ignored or emotionally neglected, they start to change. Here are some things that happen psychologically when someone is ignored. 1. Loss of self-worth. They start to believe they are not enough. 2. Hypervigilance. They overanalyze your every move, word, or silence, trying to figure out why they're being pushed away. 3. Emotional withdrawal. They stop expressing themselves. They become quiet, reserved, sometimes even cold. 4. Learned helplessness. Eventually, they may believe that no matter what they do, it won't change your behavior, so they stop trying altogether. This is how love dies, not with betrayal or big fights, but with silence and neglect. Why people ignore those who love them. So why do people ignore those who love them? Psychologists outline several reasons. 1. Avoidance attachment style. Some people have an avoidant attachment style developed in childhood. When things get emotionally intense, they pull away instead of drawing closer. 2. Power dynamics. Some individuals use silence as a tool to control or punish. This is known as emotional manipulation, and it can damage the other person's sense of safety in the relationship. 3. Taken for granted. People sometimes take consistent love and affection for granted. They assume it'll always be there, so they stop putting in effort. But love, even the deepest kind, can fade when it's not reciprocated. 4. Fear of vulnerability. Some fear intimacy. Ignoring is a defense mechanism. If I don't engage deeply, I don't risk getting hurt. But in the process of protecting themselves, they end up hurting the person who least deserves it. The silent damage. Let's be clear, ignoring someone who loves you isn't just cold. It's psychologically damaging. It's a form of emotional neglect. When you ignore someone, you undermine their emotional security. disregard their efforts and feelings, induce anxiety and insecurity, strip away their sense of belonging. Dr. John Gottman, one of the leading relationship psychologists, talks about the concept of emotional bids. Every time someone reaches out with a text, a hug, a conversation, that's a bid for connection. Ignoring those bids chips away at the relationship until there's nothing left. And once someone stops making those bids, it often means they've emotionally checked out, sometimes permanently. If you're the one being ignored, let's flip the perspective. What if you're the one being ignored by someone you love? First, understand this. Your love is not the problem. Your effort, your care, your vulnerability, these are strengths. But if they are met with silence and indifference, you need to ask yourself a hard question. Are you loving someone who doesn't value you back? Psychology tells us that one-sided emotional labor leads to burnout. Love is meant to be a mutual exchange. If someone repeatedly ignores your efforts, they are choosing not to be present in the relationship. And yes, that's a choice. Remember, you deserve someone who acknowledges your existence, not someone who makes you question it. Regret often comes too late. Here's the painful irony. People often realize the value of someone only after they're gone. Psychologically, this is known as post-loss realization. When someone who used to love you walks away, the emotional silence they once gave you suddenly becomes a haunting echo. That's when they begin to understand. The texts that went unanswered, they were love. The calls they ignored, they were effort. The presence they took for granted, that was commitment. But by the time the realization hits, the damage is already done. And the person who once gave everything has already learned how to stop. What psychology says about mutual love. Love thrives on mutual attention, communication, and presence. Psychologists say that the most successful relationships have this one trait in common: emotional responsiveness. When someone says, "I love you," it's not just about those 3 words. It's about answering when they call, listening when they speak, showing up even when it's inconvenient. Mutual love is not just about feelings, it's about consistency. Ignoring someone doesn't make you emotionally strong or independent. It doesn't make you mysterious or hard to get. It makes you emotionally unavailable. And in the long run, that pushes love away. The long-term effects of emotional neglect. If you consistently ignore someone who loves you, here's what happens over time. 1. They stop trusting you. 2. They feel emotionally unsafe around you. 3. They begin to detach mentally and emotionally. 4. They eventually stop loving you. And once love dies, reviving it is incredibly difficult. Emotional scars don't heal easily, especially when the pain comes from the one person they trusted the most. Some of the deepest emotional wounds come not from betrayal or arguments, but from being unseen and unheard. Final thoughts. So here's the truth. Never ignore a person that loves you, because every message they send, every moment they wait, every attempt they make is a piece of their heart handed to you with hope. And if you keep ignoring it, eventually they will stop. Not because they stopped loving you, but because they had to start loving themselves. And when that day comes, when you look around and realize they're no longer there, it might be too late to fix it. Because people who love deeply also hurt deeply. And when they walk away, they don't usually come back. Thank you for staying until the end. If this video resonated with you, whether you've been ignored, or maybe you're the one who's been distant, let this be a moment of reflection. Relationships are fragile. Love is powerful, but it's not unbreakable. It requires attention, respect, and presence. So the next time someone who loves you reaches out, don't ignore them. Because love, when it's genuine, is the rarest gift you'll ever receive. If you found value in this content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Until next time, stay kind, stay present, and never take love for granted.